Well, ask and ye shall receive. In my video yesterday, I said I wish there was more anime news to cover, and lo and behold, I found an amazingly dumb article today just pop up in my feed about how there needs to be an end to fan service in anime. So welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and as a bona fide weeb, probably more so than you, with someone who has almost 400 titles, to my credit, having watched, yeah, I think this will be a great one to cover. Let's react to this article, shall we? Because I've only read the headline, and it's already a doozy. Now, if you're to go on Google News, they've actually changed the title, because the Google News title is Fan Service Has No Place in Modern Anime. But, if you go to the actual article, nothing ruins an anime faster than gratuitous fan service. Fan service is a decades-long anime tradition, especially in shonen, and it's time to lay that tradition to rest, by Lewis Kimner. I guarantee you, we know the exact type of individual that Lewis Kimner is, so let's check out his profile. Lewis Kimner has been a fan of Japanese animation since 1997. Well, I got you beat, homie. When he discovered Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z in elementary school, now he is a bigger anime/manga fan than ever, and is ready to share what he knows with readers worldwide. He graduated high school in 2009, received a bachelor's in creative writing from UMKC in 2013, then put his skills to work in 2019 with CBR. Well, you don't exactly have to have too much skill to work for CBR. I've seen horses that write better long-form essays, and horses only got hooves, let alone opposable thumbs. Also, a bachelor in creative writing? Bruh, you can't be creative if you're working for CBR, one of the biggest shills literally on the internet when it comes to nerd culture. I mean, this title, nothing ruins an anime faster than gratuitous fan service. I've seen that talking point on Twitter from absolute nobody randos. That's not exactly the most creative title. So yeah, your creative writing, I don't know how you got your bachelor. It's true, the educational system is absolutely dead in this country. The Japanese anime industry is renowned for its many ingrained traditions, conventions, cliches, and running jokes. From shouting attack names to big, sparkly Disney-style eyes. Well, you're already showing how little you know about anything to do with Japanese animation, because the Japanese did that first. In fact, Disney was the one that copied that. There's actually an interview out there with the lead character designer for The Little Mermaid, the original, the good one from 1989, stating how they wanted to copy that design and do kind of their own Ghibli-esque take on a Disney princess and see how it would look. So, yeah, anyway, nice job with all your anime knowledge, history, and being a creative writer. You get something wrong in the first paragraph. Some of these are just cosmetic or cheap fun, while other long-running traditions, such as gratuitous fan service, are really showing their age. How much you want to bet that our friend Louis here is just a staunch male feminist who maybe 4 or 5 years ago, before the internet really kicked in with the whole male feminist being pieces of shit thing, probably gave a woman a few too many drinks and then took her back to his apartment because that was the only way he could probably get her to sleep with him. Like, that seems to be a common trend we've seen among male feminists in the last few years. I guarantee you Louis here is one of them, if I just had to take a guess. Society's sensibilities naturally shift and change over time. Yeah, no kidding. Some people in society today have the modern sensibility that's okay for a 14-year-old boy to chop his balls off. Trust me, it's not okay. The people that have had their sensibilities changed, they're a minority. Including how characters and people are portrayed in media, calling the entire concept of anime-style fan service into question. No one's calling it into question. I don't know if you know this or not, Louis, my man, but, they're cartoons. They're not real. No one's sitting out there, like, actively harming women by objectifying, if you even want to call it that, a 2D animated buttocks. Anime-style fan service gratuitously portrays female characters in R-rated ways. Yeah, and, again, it's, like you said, characters. They're not real, they're fake, and modern anime fans have had enough of it. Really, really, show me the evidence, because I can guarantee you, if I was to go like make a Twitter poll right now, how many of y'all love anime titties, it's gonna be a through the roof 100% everyone agrees. Maybe you'll have one or two that disagree. No, modern anime fans have not had enough of it. This long-running tradition has run its course, and the anime industry has already found vastly superior alternatives for presenting compelling, unforgettable female characters that don't require showing a lot of skin. You're showing Bulma right here. She showed skin now and again, usually for comedic effect, but also is literally compelling as a character. You can have both. Almost any character that, was very fan-serviced up was also a good character in their own right, like Nami or Nico Robin, Boa Hancock, all from One Piece, all fantastic female characters that, yeah, they have some fan service moments now and again, but you also know them as their character. Bulma is another example. You could pretty much pick any mainstream female anime character that's, like not like a really one child oriented like Pokemon or something, and they're gonna have just awesome female characters and there's probably going to be some titty jiggles now and again, and it ain't a big deal. How fan service became ingrained in Japanese anime. It's not entirely clear how or when gratuitous fan service became such a staple in the anime industry, though fans can point out some early and prominent examples from the 1980s and onward that helped set this trend. One example is the legendary shonen series Dragon Ball by famed author Akira Toriyama. This series, even more than Fist of the North Star, established many shonen tropes that are taken for granted today. From glowing power-ups to gratuitous fan service, it did not have gratuitous fan service. Your boy here, just so you know, bit of a Dragon Ball fan. In fact, the Dragon Ball franchise is my favorite franchise of all time. I'm not just talking about anime franchise. My favorite franchise of all time. It beats Sonic the Hedgehog. It beats Resident Evil. I do not think there's a greater IP on this earth than Dragon Ball. So let me tell you, your boy's seen it quite a bit. And no, Dragon Ball does not have gratuitous fan service. It has fan service, but not gratuitous fan service. But then again, this individual probably seems like the type that a woman just showing off a little shoulder action is gratuitous. Dragon Ball often did this with the character Bulma, a scientifically gifted and attractive teenage girl who was often looted, sometimes with the ultra pervert Master Roshi around to see it. Yeah, you know what? A gifted teenage girl, you say attractive as well, but a scientifically gifted teenage girl. So clearly it's not like she was just eye candy out there. She was actually a character. Bulma to this day is a mainstay in the Dragon Ball franchise. She can hold her own with the boys despite the fact that she's a normal human with no fighting power, all on account of that big brain. Titties ain't got nothing to do with it. I mean, okay, they do help, but trust me, she's a great character on her own. On the plus side, Bulma was firmly established as smart, confident girl who had a lot to contribute, which helped normalize intelligent and capable girls in shonen. Exactly. So you already got off to a horrible excuse. However, Dragon Ball also used her as a vehicle for fan service. Oh no, showing off that women can be sexy. What a problem. I thought the whole point of the sexual liberation in the 60s, which you're probably a fan of, I'm sure you loved the whole 60s hippy-dippy anti-establishment movement. Wasn't sexual liberation a huge part of that? You're fighting against your own message, you dumb cock! Whether or not Bulma herself wanted it. In one scene, Bulma attempted a PG-13 move to sway Master Roshi, only to make a mistake and make an R-rated move instead. Oh my god, it is a comedy show. Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball is a comedy show. You dunkoff. Even if nothing explicit was shown to the viewer, which it was not, it was clear what was happening. Yeah, no, it's called an innuendo, my man. And it cheapened Bulma's character a great deal. It didn't cheapen her character. She is still literally the exact same character. You know nothing. Later sagas, such as Dragon Ball Z, added more depth to Bulma's character as an inventor and mother. Still, the fan service was baked in. Oh no, they gave her more character development and more depth, but still occasionally she had some lewd moments. That's terrible, how? I'm sorry. Character development and character growth is a good thing. You can have comedic or even lewd moments. You see it all the time in live action movies. I mean, literally, once again, I'll go back to the whole, 60s era of sexual independence. You would think female characters not having to be all Amishified and conservative, you would think women would like that. I know plenty of individuals who love anime characters that are incredibly sexy, like Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail. Now, why anyone would like Fairy Tail, I don't know. It's a garbage anime. My point is, she's a very popular character amongst females, and you know what? She's fan-serviced quite a bit, but people love her for her character. You are literally writing nonsense. Fans can't rewatch early Dragon Ball episodes without associating Bulma with those scenes. Yeah, and so what? I mean, they associate her with so much more. Yes, those scenes, but also any other scene where she is awesome. Just the same can be done with Goku. Do we associate him with food? Yeah. Scenes where he eats food. There's an association there. What about Kamehamehas? Yep, we associate those scenes too. What about when he's acting like a moron? Yep, definitely. What about when he's fighting against Tien Shinhan? Also, yes, not one thing, for most good, well-written characters, defines that character. People will think to a bunch of different moments, and if Bulma having a few lewd moments for comedy is one of them, then that's fine. That means those moments are memorable, which means the story did its job right. Masashi Kishimoto's Naruto took many cues from Dragon Ball in both good and bad ways, including gratuitous fan service that was never even needed. Protagonist Naruto Uzumaki quickly developed his identity as a creative, punkish troublemaker in many ways, including his invention of the sexy jutsu, using illusions to become an older female and completely nude version of herself. The series gradually phased this out, but was still sometimes used in later arcs, including a male version to sway female characters. Thus, Naruto tried to legitimize fan service as an in-universe technique typical of Naruto Uzumaki's personality, but even then, it's aged poorly in many fans' eyes. Again, point out these fans. Give me some sources for these fans, because you know what? Your boy recently did a rewatch of the original Naruto not 3 months ago, and it's still awesome. It still holds up. By the way, it's got one of the best soundtracks of any anime ever. But yeah, Naruto is a fantastic, fun anime. Not that later Shippuden stuff, but the regular original Naruto is great, and the fan service, it's fine. Like this article says, you know, it works in universe. You're telling me that if you had the power to turn into like a sexy woman for a few moments to try and get a lecherous old man to do your bidding, you wouldn't do it? Nah, people would abuse the shit out of that power. Wanna know how I know? Because women already do it naturally. They don't have to have a magic power to do it. You go to a bar as a woman just showing a little bit of cleavage, and all of a sudden dudes dropping at your feet. It makes a bit of sense in context. Those examples and many more from shonen anime suggest these creators have a low opinion of their female characters and see no need to treat these characters respectfully for any female readers, viewers they may have. Oh my god, what a load of horse shit. So many mangaka are just like openly awesome about women. There's so many powerful female characters. Everyone wants to criticize, oh, there's not enough strong female characters in video games. There's not enough strong female characters in Hollywood. You want to know where you can't make that argument for? Well, really can't make it in any of those things because we've always had strong female characters. But you doubly can't make that argument for fucking anime, because anime has always has strong, well-written female characters that people have fallen in love with. What about Miyu in Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple? Like, she is always, for the entire show, she is ahead of the main character Kenichi. That's sort of a sticking point to the story, is he wants to get better than her so he can protect her, but she can already take care of herself. Miyu is like an inspiration to young girls in that sort of high school age if they were to, you know, watch that anime. I'm not really sure how popular it is nowadays, but the point is, yeah, she gets fan service too, but it doesn't take away from her character. Manga creators, mangaka, literally love their female characters and put a great deal of care into them most of the time if they're a good writer. But that, you know, you can have bad writing for anything, not just female characters. So yeah, sometimes it's bad. Oh well, sometimes writing is bad in general. Stephen King's been an awful writer ever since his fucking car accident. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm not even gonna finish this article. That was too much to take. If you want to finish it, if you want to go on your own time and look this up, yeah, go for it. Be my guest. But that was absolutely abysmal. This dude clearly has no idea what he's talking about, and he wants to come off as some sort of anime expert or whatnot. Dude, you're writing for comic book resources. I ain't gonna trust you with dick, let alone one of my favorite passions and hobbies in literally the entire world, anime. No. Look, Japanese creators, they've always treated their women well when, you know, the character deserves to be treated well. Now, are there the times women are treated bad in anime or manga? Yeah, of course. There's times men are treated badly as well. To me, anime is literally the ultimate equality when it comes to men and women in fiction, because frankly, Japanese writers just don't give a fuck. They'll do whatever one way or the other, and that's true equality. You gotta love it. But guys, those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on Twitter where you can find me at BoltTheWord, because I would love to hear your thoughts on whether or not you think that fan service in anime is too gratuitous, or if it should go away. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, so please do subscribe. It is not always about anime. It is sometimes about video games, movies, Magic the Gathering, you name it. It's all here in the nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.